Hi, I'm Stuart. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thanks for viewing my video. In this video, I'm going to review Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. Years ago, I read Hunger Games and Catching Fire, the first two books in the Hunger Games series. I read part of Mockingjay intending to watch the first of the two movies and come back and read the rest of the book, but I never completed the book, and I'm not sure I actually saw the first of the two Mockingjay movies, but decided to read it recently because I want to read the two prequels to the Hunger Games. It's kind of hard to get too specific about the third book in a series, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about the Hunger Games book early on, stuff that would be revealed early in it, so not really spoilers. So you get the idea, the setup for this series. The Hunger Games is set in a country called Pan Am. It's some future version of the United States. Never explained that I recall how it got that way, the way it was, but what they have is that there's a capital where the wealth, the privileged people live, and there's 12 districts, and those 12 districts supply supplies, be it, say, coal or food or whatever, to the capital. And the 12 districts are in various degrees of deprivation. Some do better than others. And what they have every year is what they call the Hunger Games, and that is each of the 12 districts sends 2 children from age 12 to 18, one boy, one girl, picked by blind lot, and they compete in a battle to the death. And the one that wins, the competitor gets benefits, and the district the competitor's from gets benefits. And it's also like very big box office, really popular viewing. So that's kind of the setup for the series. The second book, Catching Fire, there's another staging of the Hunger Games. In the third book, I don't believe I'm going to say anything that's going to be a spoiler. In the third book, there is a growing powerful rebellion against the capital from the districts. And I'm not going to name a name, but the character that is called the Mockingjay at the beginning of this book is recovering from injuries sustained in the previous book, and the powers that be in the rebellion want to use this person as a symbol of the rebellion, so that they can kind of rally the districts to continue taking on the capital. There is a lot of tense scenes in this book. There is betrayals. You can't always be sure who's on your side. There are battles. Not everyone makes it to the end. It's been a long time since I read the first 2 books of the series, so it's hard for me to compare, but just upon my reading this book, I liked it a lot. I thought it was a good finish to the series. I thought it had a realistic ending. As I said, not everybody makes it to the end. There's going to be some characters who don't, that you liked. There is child death in this book. There is torture. There are some very scary genetically engineered creatures. There is grief. Should have mentioned too, this probably with guess from the setup I said, but this is a YA novel, a YA dystopian novel. One of the best, I think, that's been done. Well, the series is one of the best. I'm sure people vary in their like or dislike of the 3 books, but the series is one of the best ever. I recommend this book to anyone who wants to read a great YA dystopian novel. You wouldn't read this unless you read the first 2, of course, so you'd have to read the series, but I recommend the whole series. As I said, I think this is a very satisfying ending to the book. I quite enjoyed it. I haven't actually rated this book on Storygraph yet, but it's going to be 4.55 stars. It's pushing a really high rating from me. I really liked it, and one of the reasons I finally got around reading this book, at least the whole thing, I had read half of it before, or I had read part of it before. I should say too that I wasn't sure I had read part of it before then. There was something that occurred partway through the book that I did remember I read it, kind of a shocking part of it. But one of the reasons I read this at this time is because I want to read The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which is the first prequel of the series. And I want to read this book so that I can then read Sunrise on the Reaping, which just came out this past week. And I haven't taken it out of the box, but I do have a copy of it. So that's one of the reasons I finally got around to reading Mockingjay. Hope you're having a wonderful reading week. I hope you're having a wonderful week in general. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, please subscribe, please hit the bell to get notified when I upload future videos.